Hey everyone, welcome back to my latest trapping video. In today's video, we'll be showcasing some clips from my solo traps, both tier 4 solo traps. I will be doing some bot baiting, so just doing some shield drop baiting, seeing who's going to come and hit me, give me some free kills. So let's get into it. So the first clip was from LNG Christ EJ1. Again, all I was doing here was porting to the Wonder and then porting back and breaking my shield. This 150 Castle Star 11k hero Titan decided to come in and try and test my front line. I guess he decided that I had troops and he went away, and then he came back a little bit later. So this was me doing it probably the same day, I think, and I was doing the same trap and he showed up again. Same person, so obviously he has a bot, and I'm not sure if he lets his guild use the bot because he's the only one that seems to show up with it. Again, 11k hero, different 11k hero this time, and he was doing the exact same test, 150k siege, just to see if I was an empty castle. Sent that siege in, decided to just port away after that because I had troops. I'm not sure what he was doing because every single time he broke my wall, maybe it wasn't doing enough damage or something like that, but he decided to port in, port out, and just get out of there with just giving me some free kills, and he decided that was enough. So we're going to do the same thing again. So this situation, same thing. I ported the Wonder, ported back, broke the shield. Again, the new bots will pick up the port to the Wonder and port back, so you might want to be using 4-hour shields if you want to do the shield drop bait. But at this point, the bots were not picking up the fact that if you port to the Wonder, port back, that you've actually moved. The newer bots are much better, and they will pick it up. You can find guilds who have the older bots, but the bigger guilds will know that you're actually doing that. So keep that in mind if you're ever in a big guild kingdom. There's a lot of chance they actually know what is going on if you're using the shield drop trick. So anyways, he went in with a full range blast, no fodder, automatically throws me into infantry. I got some free kills there, 150k tier 2 reds for him. It was a tier 2, tier 4, so yeah, 150k tier 4 he sent, but 100k tier 2 reds, I think. Yeah, so he lost 100k tier 2. He did a good job shielding his tier 4. Obviously, healing tier 4 is not cheap, but it's better than losing tier 4. And again, this was pre-Sanctuary update, so any reds you see in this video will be pretty much reds other than the stuff that fills up your actual, old Sanctuary, so not quite as good as the new one. But yeah, you will see here, it is a kind of a whole thing here. You can see what kind of stats I'm running right there in my speed up gear. Actually, my construction gear on this account actually has full jewels, so it's better. Unfortunately, I'm sitting in my speed up gear, so I'll actually have less stats than if I was in my construction gear, just because I have it pretty much fully jeweled on this account. Again, this is my rain trap comp. This used to be a rally trap, a rain rally trap. Like a year or two ago, I used to do exact same comp, same stats, actually probably worse stats. I was actually capping rallies on this, and now I'm pretty much taking a ton of reds from solos. So that's how it has changed over the last couple of years. I used to be able to run this comp, be a rally trap. Nowadays, I mean, you can still run this comp and be a rally trap. You just can't do it in open kingdoms where all the leaders have 1,000+ attack now, because even a bad lead has like 1,000 attack now, where it was before that the leads had less, 800. Even I used to be able to take an 800 blast. Now I can't even take an 800 blast rally. It's not that not anything's changed. It's my they overbuffed attacking, which I think is why they came out with the new Sanctuary to kind of balance out the attacking and defending aspects of Lord's Mobile. So anyways, you can see here there's 3 people around me. It looks like LGD also has the tracker bot. I think a little bit slower than FC's, because FC was there right away, where LGD was there a lot later. Also, they might have just not been checking the bot, because you have to have someone on to actually check it. So anyway, so they've started a rally on me. So what I'm going to do here is try and bait a solo attack by emptying out troops onto a tile. I will put full marches out here just in case they do scout the tile. They're like, oh, he is sending full marches out. Maybe we can go in and solo him. That's what I'm hoping, but I do mess up, and you'll see that here. This is probably the most scuffed time I've ever done this. I don't think I've ever done done it this poorly. So you'll get to see me mess up here really badly. I do like posting my mess ups so you can see those too, but this is the worst thing ever. So I'm just going to put my trap gear on. But he's also simultaneously hitting my tile, so I should be pulling in my tile. Obviously did not do that, and I was just looking at this. I was like, oh. And now I'm still sitting my war gear too. I didn't even switch back from that. So at this point, I'm like, whatever. They've seen my war gear. I don't need to switch back. But you can see even that blast there, and then this tile is here, and I'm just watching it. I'm just like, oh, there goes another 200k reds for me. Thankfully, yes, my sanctuary was completely empty at this point, so I did get basically most of those troops back, but I will have to wait a little bit longer to get them. You can see here that this was the old Divine Providence that doesn't save 60%, but the Sanctuary still, again, it's only half full, so I will get most of those troops back, minus about 20%, which will be Red Deads, but so it's not the worst case scenario, but obviously could have did a much better in this situation. You can see it was a tier 5, tier 4 blast. Good pack 5 familiars and all that. Again, not a crazy attacker, still doing a million damage to me. Again, I used to be able to take rallies on this account with this gear. Even now, a full counter on a solo is doing that much, so times have changed for sure. So they did reset the rally, and obviously they were not going to fall for the same trap twice, so I ended up shielding up, decided to go try and bait another guild. It looks like GB decided to come in here with the bots to find me after I broke my shield. I basically broke my shield, went to go put my recorder on, came back, and I'd already been scouted like 5 times. I was like, what the hell? Those are like the fastest bots ever. So I said they're like 10 seconds, but they're probably closer to 30 seconds, because by the time I go out of the game, put my recorder on, and come back in, it will probably be like 30 seconds. But for me, it feels like 10 seconds, because I literally just went out and came back in, and they've already like scouted me like 55 times. So, and again, there's another guild here coming in scouting me. UKC also with the tracker bots speeding in that scout. They don't want to be left out if it's a juicy target, so they're coming in. Unfortunately for them, I do have an anti on, so they don't get to see what I have. If they did see what I have, obviously they're just going to start the rally right away. If I don't show them what I have, there's a good chance they might try and solo me, because again, they don't actually know what's in my castle. So this guy is sending just a 1 troop, so you might know what's going on. Again, my account does have like 400 million kills, so it is a little bit hard to bait sometimes when your account has double the amount of kills as your actual might. But sometimes people think you're an empty castle, like a zeroed empty castle, at this might, because usually 200 mil might guys don't have 400 million kills. It's usually some higher might guy who's been zeroed. So taking a look here, he did send a full attack, no leader, was a tier 2, tier 4, so he ended up losing a bunch of his tier 2. Again, they're just shielding their tier 4, so they don't actually get any reds, but they do lose all that tier 2, and their sanctuary will not save it. So again, this guy decided to come in after I didn't put the recorder on in time. As you can see, you got the tail end of this one. It was another 375 blast from someone else. It's from Centurion. Again, he sent tier 2, tier 4, so same thing. 150k tier 2 reds. And then the rest is tier 4 that he has to heal. You can see he does have some mythic champ in there. He didn't send his leader in this, unfortunately, but I did get some free kills, which is nice. A lot of times they won't send their leader if they don't know what you have, because unless they're actually just going for a gangbang and stuff. But again, you have to find the right guild. A lot of people don't like sending their leader on solos for this. So you can see I am getting a bunch of free kills. But, yeah, like I said, no leaders for this one. It doesn't really matter. Honestly, for me, leaders don't mean anything, because I have to give them back anyways as a solo trap. I can't take the rally, and I'm not migrating for, like, 1 leader or something like that. So, honestly, I wouldn't migrate unless I had, like, 50 leaders or, like, a full thing of leaders, and they were going to actually pardon it. That'd be the only time I would actually probably migrate, just so they don't pardon and I get to keep the leaders. So anyways, let's move on to the last clip. So it looks like SD found me after my shield drop this time. It looks like Big Drew 75 will be the person coming and porting next to me. He has 3 billion kills, so obviously likes to attack people. Going to be sending a siege blast to break my wall and to see if I have any troops in there, just speeding it up towards me. Again, If you've got a bunch of speed ups, you can use them, but I don't know why you're speeding up a siege blast at someone. Maybe you really want to find out what they have very quickly, because obviously I'm running an anti and his scout didn't work, so you might be a little curious if I have something in there. So again, the siege blast, still getting some free kills from that. We'll take a look at that in a couple seconds. Here it is. Let's see, 250k. Looks like no, it was like a bunch of mixed tier 2 and some siege. So he only lost the tier 2. His siege was actually shielded from that, so I guess that does save him the siege. But again, siege is actually expensive to heal because it requires all the resources. So here he comes in now. What he's going to be doing is testing my front line. A lot of times when this happens, they're just testing for what's it called, to see what they want to actually send a rally at you. Usually if they're testing front line, it's for a rally. Sometimes they will test your front line and then solo you to death, so keep that in mind. So they may go in with some leaderless tier 2, tier 5, or tier 2, tier 4 blasts and try to solo you to death. So keep in mind, not every time they test your front line they're going to actually just rally you. Some of these bigger guys with lots of troops will actually try to solo you to death, hoping you're offline, because I've seen them do that to rally traps. So if you're at a kingdom with what's Woody's guild, they love doing that. I was in there with my rally trap and they tried to solo me like 4 times. I'm talking like a 600 might account. They tried to solo me to death. Obviously I was online and it didn't work out, but they will do that, so keep that in mind. So this guy's coming in with attack here. He's going range. Again, he tested my front line. His infantry blast did 0 damage to me because I was in range wedge. I'm not sure if that's something leaders actually know about. I'm sure if you test enough castles you kind of know what's going on, but if you're in range wedge, sometimes infantry will actually do the least amount of damage. And in this situation, his inf test did 0 and his other 2 attacks actually did more. So I think he might actually think I'm in Cav, where I am sitting in range Phalanx, actually. Actually, it's interesting. Yeah, never mind. So, yeah, it's interesting that I thought it was in range wedge, but I'm actually in range foul for this. But anyways, his infantry did 0, so he decided to go range thinking I'm in Cav. Obviously, I'm not. So I'm just kind of testing out to see what's going on here. Seeing if he actually has, or if he's going to go for leadered. I don't think he's going to go leadered, but yeah, I am sitting in range, so yeah, so he might be a little confused on what is going on here. I'm not sure. Yeah, like I said, if you're a lead and you see these tests, is this normal for this to happen for the again, I don't test a lot of people, so is it normal for infantry to do no damage in a test against a range foul? I don't know. For whatever reason there. Maybe did he send in an infantry foul? Maybe that's why. I don't know what's going on, but for whatever reason, his infantry did 0. At least maybe he messed up his foul, and maybe he's not supposed to send the test in that foul, and it kind of messed up the test. And now he thought I was in range. So because now he's sending Cav, so he's really confused what I'm in. Because if the person is in what's it called? Maybe these are just bigger tests or something he's doing now, because one of his tests came back as 0. I don't know what he was doing, honestly. I was trying to figure it out at the time. I'm like, he tested me there. Is he actually going to go and try and solo me now? Because I've had people try to solo me at this might with just leaderless. He is switching his gear, which is another interesting thing that I see like some people do when they're sending a leaderless attack. They'll actually switch their gear to whatever it is. So if he's sending a Cav, you'll switch to his Cav gear, even though it gives you 0 stats because you're not sending your leader. Some people still do that, so I'm not sure if it's like a bot account or something like that. Like, oh, it looks like they started a rally after that. Oh, that wasn't even on me. So yeah, so I don't. Yeah, so all of that, they didn't even start the rally on me. I guess he thought I was online switching my formation because he messed up his test or something like that. But whatever it goes. So weird, someone else got rallied right when I thought I was going to be the one getting rallied. One of my other guildmates ended up getting rallied. So anyways, that was the end of the video. Let me know what you think about that test, and I'll see you guys in the next one.